Okay, everyone, welcome back to another review, and this time we're going to be covering a Disney classic, which is the original Beauty and the Beast, the animated movie from, I think, was it 91, 92, 93 maybe? It was the early 90s, when Disney was going through their animation renaissance. But this movie right here, what can you say about this movie that has not been said before? Of course, this is, of course, one of the shining jewels of the Disney Renaissance. It's a great movie. It's so hard to like talk about a movie that everyone's talked about before. So I think the best way to go about it is just to give you my personal thoughts on Beauty and the Beast. Let's say this now: from the voice acting to the animation, all top notch. Everyone pulls in a solidly good performance. The actor who played the Beast was great, and the overall look and design of the Beast is ferocious and yet very elegant in a way. Like, they really did a good job at mixing the ferociousness and elegancy of Beast, and you got this memorable looking character. Of course, you got Belle, the girl who is different from everyone else and wants something more. Um, Beautifully voice acted, of course, by Paige O'Hara. You got crazy old Maurice, her father, who, has a couple laughs here and there. And of course, you got Gaston, who is one of the perfect Disney villains. Just full of just narcissistic dickness. So good. Yeah, Gaston, one of the best villains. And of course, you got the inhabitants of the castle, Mrs. Potts, who's that sweet, kind old woman. You have, Cogsworth and Lumiere, who are hilarious together. Their chemistry is unbridled. It's almost like a Albert and Costello-like chemistry. It's like, you can tell they're friends, but you can also tell that they like to pick and tease at each other, and they have a lot of good bits together, especially their opening bit, where like Cogsworth's like, "Not one word, Lumiere, not one word." That's when crazy old Maurice goes to the castle. Yeah, Cogsworth and Lumiere, probably my two favorite characters in this movie. But and of course, the overall story of this movie is, it's one of those timeless stories. It's like, how can this, rugged, ferocious beast get this beautiful woman to fall in love with him so that she can break the curse and he can be human again? And throughout the course of the movie, we see him, for better or worse, trying to win her affection, because he, has a temper problem. It's hard at first, but through things that happen during the course of the movie, like when Beast like really, really lashes out at Belle because she went into the West Wing, which is forbidden, and she almost destroyed this rose, which is the only thing, which of course, if the enchanted rose, which once that rose is completely, emptied out, like dead or something, either the Beast and the inhabitants of the castle are going to remain the way they are, or someone will fall in love with the Beast and they'll be human again. But it all depends. But it's all based around this enchanted rose, because once that last petal drops, it will decide the rest of their fates for the rest of their lives. So when Belle goes to touch that, naturally the Beast will get ferocious. And you can tell that after he lashes out at him, he felt remorse for doing so, because he had that scene where he just like does this. It's like he feels guilty for what he had just done because he couldn't control his temper. But at the same time, you kind of understand it as well. And of course, then you got my favorite scene when Belle is in the snow, with the horse, and they're riding, she's running away. And then she gets attacked by a pack of wolves, and it's a very cool, intense scene. And then you knew it was coming, and when it happens, you get that cheer moment when the Beast comes in and just wrecks shop on the wolves, scares them away. So it's like he did something heroic, because he comes across as like as as being like brooding, but he really does have a heart in there. He just doesn't know how to show it. And Belle, throughout the course of the movie, shows him how to care, shows him how to, I guess you could say, love, because the whole genesis of this movie is Beast has to get Belle to love him, and Belle has to love him in return. So yeah, all that is really well done, and it's in the whimsical Disney way. So yeah, in terms of the story is fine. It works fine with me. The relationship, the friendship that happens between the two, I believe, and the romance that happens between the two, I believe, is all expertly well done, and it's the genesis of the story. But there's also other things in the story that I like a lot. I like the whole subplot of Gaston trying to get Belle to marry him. It's just like Gaston, this narcissistic dick, doing everything he can to get this, woman to fall in love with him, and she's like not buying what he's selling is hilarious. Of course, another thing about this movie that's so good is the music and the original songs. A lot of these songs, they're well known, they're classics, they're timeless. One of my favorites is the "No One Like Gaston" song, where it's just the perfect textbook definition of what Gaston's all about. I love it. And I also like the song, "Kill the Beast," which is a great song. Then you got the actual song "Beauty and the Beast" with that, with the amazing grand ballroom dance scene, which is really well done, really well shot, and really well animated scene unto itself. And of course, you have, "Be Our Guest." You have the Belle song at the beginning. So yeah, this movie's chock full of good stuff. And it also has its subtle elements of gothic horror, just with the castle itself and the way it designs, the way it's always kept in shadows, and the way everything just looks, just aged, and it's really well done. The architecture and design of this movie is really flawless when you look at it. Right. So then, of course, this movie, also has, like I said, you have the fight scene with the wolves, but you also have that entire end set piece, which is good, where the villagers are out to kill the beast, and then the inhabitants of the castle just send them back, and it's actually a really funny scene too, how Lumiere, Cogsworth, and the gang, they just force these guys out the castle. It's great. And then of course you got that intense battle with Gaston and Beast refusing to fight Gaston because he's just look, I can't have Belle, just kill me, just get it over with. And then when Beast sees Belle, he gets that second win because it's she does care, and that is what gets Beast to be like, tell Gaston, get out. Then you got Beast going to climb the Belle, then Gaston, like the prick that he is, stabs the man in the back. Of course, because Gaston is so narcissistic, so full of himself, the guy slips, falls to his own doom. And of course, Belle and Beast express their love for each other, and Beast dies. Before he dies, that last petal hits the ground, and the castle's back is restored to its beauty. Everyone's human again, and and Belle and the Beast live happily ever after. So yeah. When you look down, very simple story, but it's so well written, so well acted. The animation is so beautifully well done. The music is so memorable, and the actual score itself is fantastic as well. It's got that a romance quality. Also has maybe a little bit of a faint of a gothic thing going on there too when you get to the castle and stuff like that. So yeah, this movie, hard to give it a 10. Hard not to give it a perfect score of 10 out of 10 because it really is one of the best animated movies ever made. And in my opinion, this movie still holds up. Beauty and the Beast is fantastic, and I cannot wait to eventually watch the live-action movie. I have it. I bought it. I just got to find the time to actually sit down and watch it, so I can see if it just to see how this movie looks in live action, because in the trailers and everything, the live action movie does look pretty good. Hopefully it's like The Jungle Book, which I thought was really good. Yeah, that's my review on Beauty and the Beast, the original animated movie. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll check you back next time.